Just this book at the moment is like a child for me. I wanted to create something that na really I can hold, natatatak sa atin, and will brand us that we worked so hard. Always remember, Manong knows.
Hello, Manong George here. Welcome to our channel. And today we have a very special guest.
My name is Joan. Joan para sa mga kababayan po natin. Isa po akong nurse dito sa UK. I've been here for 7 years now. And isa din po akong manunula or poet. Isa po akong clinical nurse specialist for maxillofacial surgery, and I've been doing that job now for 4 years.
Wow, 4 years na pala, no? So, meron ka ng plano niyan susunod kasi 4 years na. Alam na natin yan.
Well, I discovered, I think it was one of my self-discovery last year, 2020. I've always written, pero it's always long prose, fiction, non-fiction, or definitely short stories or essays. I've always been inclined to write, kahit nung bata pa ako, maiikling tula, or mga contest nung high school, sa dyaryo, school paper. Na-enjoy ko yung mga ganyang bagay. Last year, na-realize ko na mas madali pala sa akin sumulat ng tula, and I thought maybe I could make a small collection given everything that's happened sa mga nurses with COVID and everything. As a poet, I take my inspiration from my own life, everything that has happened to me. But for this specific collection, my very own inspiration was my colleagues and the courage that they've shown and the dedication and the hard work that they've really, really exhibited, lalo na last year, this year, na nangyayari pa rin yung COVID and everything. It's based on my experience, my professional experience. I also draw inspiration from my patients, yung mga pasyente ko na mahal ko at napakabait. And I'm looking forward to making more. So I started with, I think, two poems. The first that I wrote were Legacy and Your Heroine. Yun lang talaga yung meron ako from March last year. And Legacy was actually a poem I submitted to my hospital when they were asking for a poem to celebrate Florence Nightingale's bicentennial year anniversary, to celebrate her, and also Year of the Nurse. So I submitted one poem, which was quite nice for me, a good experience. And then after I was redeployed, I really felt exhausted, tired, and all the hard work that we've been doing. So I penned Your Heroine, which was, I wrote that, I think, April of last year. I hope I remember that one right. And then that one was also published in Berlin Art Parasites, which is an online sort of artsy poetry zine. I decided to really write a full collection around after my birthday. That was August. And then natapos ko siya ng October, inedit ko siya hanggang sa na-publish ko siya ng November. But this book is self-published, meaning I did it myself. I did try to submit it to a couple of publishers, but hindi ako familiar sa process ng traditional publishing, and I soon realized how long it took. And I I knew that I needed to get my work out there because I wanted to be relevant.
Literally from cover to cover, there's Joan Cruz, diba? From each and every page to each and every letter. Tama ba ako dun?
Yes, tama, Sir George.
So wala talagang ano, this is literally your blood, sweat, and tears. I bet namili ka pa kung anong picture yung kailangan mo ilagay dyan, right? Oo. Kasi yun talaga eh. Walang ano eh, walang help from an editor and a publisher. So
I wanted to create something that na really I can hold, natatatak sa atin and will brand us that we worked so hard. And I wanted to create something that had meaning. So para sa akin, ito po yun. And it took me almost a year. It wasn't a very quick process. As I said, ako yung sumulat. Wala rin akong binarang editor. So ako din yung nag-edit. And as I went through the process, I realized na ako din pala yung cover designer. So lahat. I wrote the blurbs, the summaries, and yung author description, which was a little strange because I had to talk about myself in third person. It was very rewarding experience overall.
yes, rewarding indeed, ano. So some of the reviews na nakita natin ano sa Amazon, very, and this is hindi to Amazon fake reviews ah. For a self-published book, you have more than yung last kong tingin, this is more than 30s ba? In a short
Yes.
time, in a short amount of publishing, mayroon ka na kagad 30 reviews, which is kind of amazing, ano? Kasi may ibang well-established books hindi aabot ng ganun ng ano nila, and it's well rated. And the what do you call this? The reviews that you get, isa dun sa mga nabasa ko, which is sabi nga nila, this is what's relevant right now, and that's amazing, ano? And this is something that we should celebrate.
I divided the book into three. One third of the book is all about COVID and what all nurses have gone through. But I also wanted it to represent Filipinos and our hard work. I'm really happy na tumatak sa'yo ang OFW. I didn't want to explain in the poem what OFW was because I wanted people to read it and look it up and what it meant. OFW is a poem that I wrote specifically for Mr. Kenneth Lambatan, who is a nurse who unfortunately died as he was serving his duty here in the United Kingdom. Na-feature siya sa Jessica Soho. I saw his feature on Facebook. And I am not a personal friend of Kenneth. I'm not related to him. I don't know anyone who knows him personally. Pero nung napanood ko yung video na yon, I felt so much loss and naiyak ako kasi ganun na lang ba yun? When we leave the Philippines, we always think, paano pag may namatay akong kapamilya sa Pilipinas, hindi ako makakauwi. Pero walang nagsabi sa atin na actually pwede ka ring mamatay mag-isa dito. Nang wala kang katabi, walang nagmamahal sa'yo. So I really felt for Kenneth and the loss that he left behind nung nawala siya sa buhay ng mga taong nagmamahal sa kanya. So I had to write this for him because I wanted something, kahit na hindi ako sikat, but I wanted something in there that will make us remember him specifically and commemorate his life. In that same vein, ganun din yung epitaph. Nung dumadami na yung mga Pilipinong namamatay, and hindi lang mga Pilipinong nurse, other nurses too na nakakatrabaho natin dito, I soon realized na pag natapos to lahat, naisip ko maaalala kaya nila tayo. Maaalala kaya nila yung sakripisyo natin, tayo pagod lang tayo, pero meron tayong mga kasama na hindi na aabot next year, na hindi na makikita in 2021. So Epitaph is actually a very short poem that I wanted to write. It's a sort of a generic poem. Epitaph is a short thing that you normally see sa puntod ng mga taong namatay. And para to sa kanila, para pag nabasa ng ibang tao, sana maalala nila na Hindi lang kami nurse, iniwan namin yung mga buhay namin para gawin yung trabaho namin. And look what happened. We paid with our lives. Meaningful to me, but I would choose the last one, which is Farewell Note. Farewell Note is not about my colleagues, it's not about my patients, but this is about me. This is the only poem in my collection na tungkol sa akin. And if there may not be enough context sa sinulat ko na to, pero just to give everyone an idea, this is the poem that I'm dedicating to my partner. I've been with him for, I think, 16 or 17 years now. He's my only part. I don't have an ex-boyfriend. So siya lang ang nakilala ko. And during COVID, it made me really think a lot of the fact na paano kung mahawa ako and bigla na lang akong mawala. So this was for him. Farewell Note. As if this life is not short enough, a thief now looms to cut this moment of a lifetime to a spark no one else will celebrate but the two of us, because we smell like home to each other. If this crook takes my body now and I am not here when you turn 80, if this crook withers me to nothing before I get to say I love you a million times, I'm sorry. If in 40, 50 years I am not there to say, look baby, we made it, know that I would have rather stayed and frayed and grayed and turned silver with you. Watch the sun set on us, our veins drained from our youth. When your skin has turned into soft, wrinkled peaks, and you miss how your shoulders cradle my round, jelly cheeks. On a clear night, my darling, open your hand into the air, and by firefly or by stardust, I promise I will be there.
Lang ya. Pag yan ginamit ko sa misis ko, magkakaanak ulit kami. De joke.
I would like to call out all Filipino writers out there. Nurse ka man, nasa UK ka man, or nasa Pilipinas ka man, get your writing out. Ang tagal kong pinag-isipan if I was going to self-publish myself. There is a little bit of a stigma in the writing community about it. Traditional publishing for most people is still the way to go. I would have loved that opportunity. But the reality for writers is they say you will have to deal with 100 rejections before you get that one acceptance. And I sat down when I finished my work and I told myself, bakit ko aantayin may humindi sa akin ng 100 beses bago ko sabihin sa sarili ko na kaya ko tong gawin? The option is out there, it's free. And if there is anyone I know who deserves to get their work better, it would be Filipinos. We have stories to tell, and we have fabulous stories to tell. So don't be afraid to publish yourself.
Always remember, Manong knows.
Manong knows best, put your worries to rest when staying in the United Kingdom. Manong knows best.